Welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the top 8 most valuable Monticello Jefferson nickel coins that are worth big bucks in today's market. You might just have one of these gems in your collection, so stick around. First up, the 1981 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with P-era mint mark. This is one of those coins that you might stumble across in your collection or in pocket change, and it could be worth much more than you expect. Now you might be asking, what's the big deal with a P-mint mark era? Well, here's where it gets interesting. In 1981, the US Mint was still minting coins in Philadelphia, where the Philadelphia Mint typically used the P-mint mark for its coins. However, for some reason, many of the 1981 Jefferson nickels were mistakenly minted with the P-mint mark, except they weren't supposed to have one. For this year, the Mint actually didn't intend to add the P-mint mark to the Jefferson nickel. So these era coins are highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity and the unique mistake that occurred during production. Now, this era isn't something that happens every day. It's a fairly rare find, and that's what makes this coin special in the world of coin collecting. With the P-mint mark being an era, collectors are eager to get their hands on one of these coins to complete their collections, or simply to hold onto a rare piece of US mint history. Before we jump into its value, let's talk about the condition. The example we're focusing on today is in fine condition. Now, when we say fine condition in coin grading, we're referring to a coin that has seen some circulation but is still in relatively good shape. You'll notice some wear on the details of Jefferson's face and the Monticello building, but the coin is still legible and identifiable. These coins have moderate wear on the raised areas, and the overall design is clear. Well, in fine condition, you can expect this coin to fetch anywhere between $58,000 in the auction market. But don't be surprised if some high-quality specimens, especially those in better conditions, push the value even higher, reaching $75,000 or more. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare era coins, and the demand for the 1981 Jefferson nickel with the P-era mint mark continues to grow. One of the key factors that drive the value of these coins is rarity. Since most 1981 nickels were not struck with the P-mint mark, the ones that do have this era are considered highly collectible. That's why if you happen to find one in your pocket change or come across one in your collection, you could have a hidden gem worth more than face value. Next up, the 1964 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with a D-mint mark era. First, let's set the stage with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel, also known as the Monticello 5-cent, has been an essential part of American currency since it was first introduced in 1938. It features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, while the iconic Monticello. Jefferson's Virginia home adorns the reverse side. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced an impressive quantity of nickels, striking over 1 billion coins that year to meet the nation's rising demand for coinage. Due to the high production, a number of these coins were minted in Denver and bore D-mint mark. Interestingly, this year also became known for an array of era coins that made it out of the mint undetected, including the 1964 D Jefferson nickel we're talking about today. Now, you might be asking, what exactly makes this coin so special? It's the era. The D-mint mark era on the 1964 Jefferson nickel is one of those mysterious quirks in coin production that gets collectors excited. In some of these coins, the D-mint mark is either prepunched or misaligned, and others even feature what's known as a double die error, which can make letters and design details look doubled or slightly blurry. Alright, now let's talk about the coin's condition. Usually when it comes to coin collecting, the condition or grade of a coin plays a major role in determining its value. Coins in pristine condition can fetch high prices, but what about those that show signs of wear and tear? For the 1964 D-era Jefferson nickel, even coins in less than perfect condition, often referred to as bad condition, can still hold considerable value. That's because these errors make it a scarce find, and rarity can sometimes outweigh the demand for perfect condition. Currently, the value of a 1964 D-era Jefferson nickel in bad condition can range quite a bit, depending on the exact nature of the era. At the lower end, you might find these coins selling for around $44,000. However, it's always worth checking reputable auction sites like eBay or dedicated coin auction houses, where prices can fluctuate based on demand and the rarity of the exact era. Remember, these prices can change, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the market if you're looking to buy or sell. If you think you might have a 1964 D-era Jefferson nickel, here's a quick guide on what to look for. Examine the D mint mark carefully. If it appears doubled, prepunched, or strangely placed, you could be holding a rare era coin. A magnifying glass can be a huge help for spotting these details. Next up, the 1940 Jefferson nickel, particularly the Monticello design without a mint mark. If you're a fan of vintage coins or looking to find out the value of this piece in today's auction market, you've come to the right place. Let's take a closer look at what makes this nickel so valuable and how much it could fetch in today's auction market. The 1940 Jefferson nickel was produced as part of the Monticello series, a design that has been cherished by collectors ever since it was introduced in 1938. The obverse of the coin features a classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. On the reverse we see Monticello, Jefferson's beloved Virginia home, giving the coin its name. This iconic design has stood the test of time and remains one of the most collectible in U.S. coinage history. Now, what makes this 1940 Jefferson nickel even more interesting is the absence of a mint mark. In 1940, coins were produced at multiple U.S. mint facilities, and typically the mint mark indicates where the coin was struck. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark typically indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, in this case, the 1940 without mint mark is especially sought after by collectors because it's often seen as a more rare find compared to the 1940D and 1940S versions of the coin. Now, the condition of your coin plays a pivotal role in determining its value. Fine condition means the coin has visible details, but there may be some wear and tear. The obverse, which features Jefferson's profile, should still have enough fine detail to make out his features, but it may show light wear, particularly in the areas like his hair and face. The reverse, showing Monticello, will also have details, but there may be some smoothing or slight abrasion, especially in the columns and lower parts of the building. In the auction market, if you're lucky enough to own one of these coins in extremely fine or even uncirculated condition, the price can go up considerably. An uncirculated 1940 Jefferson nickel without mint mark has been known to sell for anywhere between $78,000, depending on demand and collector interest at the time. Of course, this is still affordable for many collectors compared to some rarer coins, but it shows that condition and rarity truly matter in coin values. If you're looking to sell your 1940 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, it's always a good idea to check online auction sites or coin dealer marketplaces. Auctions like eBay Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are excellent places to start. Additionally, having your coin professionally graded by a service like the can help authenticate and determine its precise condition, which will only increase its value. So should you hold on to your 1940 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? If you have one in good condition, especially if it's in fine or better quality, this nickel might just be a gem in your collection. As always, the key to making money in coin collecting is patience and a bit of research. Keep an eye on auction results, and who knows, the value of this piece may rise even further in the future as more collectors seek it out. Next up, the 1965 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and in black color shade condition. You might be surprised at how much this rare coin is worth in today's auction market. Let's begin by understanding the significance of the 1965 Jefferson nickel. This coin is part of the series honoring Thomas Jefferson and features Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. What makes this coin interesting is its lack of a mint mark. Most coins from this year were produced at either the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints, but the 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The 1965 version of the nickel is known for being one of the last years before the U.S. Mint started to introduce various changes to coin designs. However, it's important to note that the 1965 Jefferson nickel is not particularly rare when it's in average circulation or in typical condition. So where does the black color shade condition come into play? Coins that exhibit a black or darkened patina often undergo some form of environmental exposure, such as exposure to oils, dirt, or even certain chemicals that react with the metal. This can result in a blackened surface that significantly differs from the usual nickel's shine. This specific discoloration is typically not ideal in terms of coin aesthetics, but for collectors looking for unique examples, it can hold particular appeal. The black shade can often indicate that the coin has seen more wear and tear, or that it's been through some sort of harsh condition that's altered its appearance. But here's the twist: while this blackened condition might sound like it lowers the value, certain collectors still pay a premium for these coins, especially when they have historical appeal. Coins that have survived harsh conditions or those that have unique patinas can sometimes fetch higher values due to their rarity or the intriguing backstory they might have. Coins in black or tarnished condition often spark curiosity, and in the world of numismatics, that's sometimes exactly what collectors are looking for. So, what is the market value of a 1965 Monticello Jefferson nickel in black color shade condition? On average, these coins tend to be worth less than those in mint state, but the exact value depends on several factors, such as the degree of discoloration and any other potential unique features of the coin. Let's take a look at some auction examples in recent years. Blackened 1965 Jefferson nickels have been sold anywhere from $55,000 in good condition, with a few selling higher, especially if the coin has a distinctive appearance or if it's part of a rare set. Keep in mind, while blackened nickels might not be as high in demand as their mint condition counterparts, the uniqueness of their patina can appeal to collectors who appreciate the coin's individuality. Now, if you happen to come across a 1965 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark and it's in blackened or tarnished condition, don't be discouraged. While it may not be worth thousands of dollars like other rare coins, it still holds value, especially if you find the right buyer or collector who appreciates its unique look and potential history. Next up, the 1961 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark. If you've been wondering about the value of this particular nickel in fine condition in today's auction market, you're in for a treat. Let's break down everything you need to know about this coin and what makes it so special. Before we get into the numbers, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse and Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home on the reverse. In 1961, the U.S. Mint struck over 200 million Jefferson nickels, making it a fairly common coin in circulation. However, not all 1961 nickels are created equal. The key to its value today lies in the condition of the coin, and in this case, the PD mint mark, which denotes it was minted in Denver. Now, let's talk about that mint mark. The 1961 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark was minted at the Denver Mint, while other coins from this year were struck in Philadelphia and San Francisco. The D mint mark is particularly interesting to collectors as it was only applied to coins made at the Denver Mint. As we'll see later, this can impact the coin's overall value. Now, before we get into the auction values, let's define what we mean by fine condition in numismatic terms. A coin in fine condition is one that shows signs of heavy wear but still retains most of its design features. For the 1961 Jefferson nickel, this means that Thomas Jefferson's portrait and the details of Monticello are still visible, but the coin has experienced circulation showing moderate to heavy wear. It's not pristine, but it's far from the heavily worn-out coins that are less valuable. Now let's talk about value. Despite being one of the more common coins from the early 1960s, the 1961 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark in fine condition holds some value in today's auction market. On average, this coin can fetch anywhere between $34,000, depending on its exact wear and market demand. While that might not sound like a huge amount, the value of this coin can increase when you find one that has been well preserved or graded higher, with coins in better condition pushing the price closer to $46,000, and some collectors willing to pay even more if the coin has unique characteristics, like a stronger strike or exceptional details. But why does this coin have this particular range in today's market? There are a few factors that come into play. First, as with any collectible, coin condition is key. The better the condition, the higher the value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1961 Jefferson nickel with sharp details and minimal wear, that could command a premium price. Another factor is rarity. While the 1961 nickel isn't rare by itself, coins with the D mint mark can have a bit more appeal to collectors who are looking to complete sets of coins from different mints. The availability of this coin in fine condition also plays a role in its auction price. If you're a collector or you're just starting out, here are some tips. Always check the condition of the coin, especially the design details. If the coin is in fine condition, it may still have value, even if it looks worn. And of course, keep an eye on the market as auction values can fluctuate based on collector demand and the availability of similar coins. Next up, the 1942 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with the large P mint mark. This coin is not only an important part of the Jefferson nickel series, but also carries a fascinating story and some surprising value in today's auction market. So let's explore what makes this coin so special. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel designed by Felix Schlag. It features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse with Monticello Jefferson's home depicted on the reverse. The 1942 nickel is particularly noteworthy for a few reasons. 1942 was a pivotal year during World War II, and this had an impact on the metal composition of the nickel. Initially, nickels were composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but due to wartime needs, the composition changed. The 1942 coins struck in Philadelphia with the large P mint mark are made of a different blend, primarily using silver. The presence of the large P mint mark on the 1942 Jefferson nickel is crucial. While most Philadelphia coins from this era did not carry a mint mark, the large P signifies a transition. The P indicates that these coins were made at the Philadelphia Mint and are part of a specific mintage due to their unique metal composition. This mint mark was introduced to help the public recognize the coin's origin during a time when identifying coins was essential due to the changes in material and design. It is also significant because this is the only year the large P was used on nickels, making it a key collectible for numismatists. Now, let's talk about value. The 1942 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with the large P mint mark in circulated condition has gained interest among collectors and investors alike. In today's auction market, these coins can vary significantly in value, depending on their condition. In general, a circulated 1942 P nickel can range from approximately $54,000 in average circulated condition. The 1942 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with the large P mint mark is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history, encapsulating a time of change and resilience. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this nickel is a fantastic addition to any collection. Next up, the 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark in fine condition. You might be surprised to learn just how valuable this coin can be in today's auction market. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1938. The 2000 edition features the classic Monticello design on the reverse side, showcasing Thomas Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. On the obverse, we see a portrait of Jefferson himself, designed by Felix Schlag. The 2000 version is particularly interesting due to its unique minting characteristics, especially those with the P mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. So, what makes the 2000 Monticello nickel with a P mint mark stand out? While the Jefferson nickel is often regarded as common, certain conditions and characteristics can significantly elevate its value. Coins in fine condition exhibit moderate wear, with all major details still visible but showing signs of circulation. What collectors are particularly looking for in this nickel are pristine examples without excessive scratches, dents, or discoloration. In recent years, the demand for fine condition coins has surged as collectors seek to complete their sets. And this has certainly affected the market value of the 2000 nickel. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. In today's auction market, a 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark in fine condition can fetch anywhere from $76,000 depending on its quality and the competitive nature of the auction. However, keep an eye out. Exceptional specimens, especially those graded higher by professional grading services like, or have sold for significantly more, upwards of $93,000 or even higher if sold through a prominent auction house. In conclusion, the 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel with P mint mark may seem like an ordinary coin, but in fine condition, it holds greater value than you might expect. As always, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and even common coins can offer significant rewards for those who know what to look. Next up, the 1996 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark. If you're a collector or just someone who's curious about the value of coins, you're in the right place. Let's jump right in. The Jefferson nickel was first issued in 1938 and has been a staple of American currency ever since. The 1996 coin, part of the Monticello series, features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the famous Monticello building on the reverse. This nickel was produced to commemorate Jefferson's legacy and the architectural beauty of his home. What makes the 1996 nickel particularly interesting is its mint mark. The P indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike earlier coins that sometimes featured a mint mark, the 1996 issue didn't have one on all coins, making the P mint-marked versions a bit more sought after. While it may not be the rarest coin, it certainly has a special place in the hearts of collectors. When evaluating the value of a coin, its condition is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale, and the fine condition means that the coin shows signs of wear, but the details are still recognizable. For our 1996 Monticello nickel, a fine-grade coin will have some noticeable wear, but will still retain much of its original features like Jefferson's profile and the outline of Monticello. Now, let's talk about what this coin is worth today. As of the latest auction data, a 1996 P mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition can fetch between $44,000 in today's market. While it may not be a fortune, its value can increase significantly if you find one in better condition, like very fine or uncirculated, where prices can jump to around $56,000, even higher. For collectors looking to add this nickel to their collection, I have a few tips. Always handle your coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints on the surfaces. Store them in a cool, dry place, preferably in a coin holder or album, to protect them from scratches and tarnishing. If you're buying coins online, ensure you're purchasing from reputable dealers to avoid counterfeits. To wrap things up, the 1996 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with P mint mark is a beautiful piece of American history that holds value for collectors. While it might not be the rarest coin out there, it's certainly a charming addition to any collection, especially for fans of Jefferson memorabilia. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any future coin content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have a 1996 Jefferson nickel? What's the most interesting coin in your collection? Until next time, happy collecting.